get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name's Bleaves. We're here to talk about this crazy crypto world. And guess what? The state of the world is getting better because we're dropping bombs. We're nuking people. We're blowing everything that we can blow up because we are USA, USA, USA. But in order to protect us, we have Donald the Superman Trump. And maybe, just maybe, he is going to protect us all because as we're speaking, as we're mocking, as we're, the war is like, Donald Trump is out here protecting cryptocurrency. Don't believe me? Guess what? I'm going to show you in just a moment. We got DJ and Brian in the house. Good morning to you, sir. And he says, Ramones, Rocket to Russia, might be time to revisit this album. Well, funny story, broski, protein shake from Brogadishu. As a matter of fact, just this morning, Mondo Bizarro, I was listening to a Ramones CD for my breakfast on the way in this morning. So yeah, I'm definitely in for a Ramones listening fest. Wanted to listen to some of the later stuff, not some of the earlier music, things that I might not be as familiar with, because if you take my phone and you type in RAMO Ramones, then you might be able to zoom in and you might be able to see it right there. One of the top searches, Ramones Core. So if you are into the Ramones and you type in Ramones Core into Spotify, there are playlists and you pop the first one. And one of my favorite songs right now, Pucker Up from the Teen Idols, is right there. Then you have Teenage Bottle Rocket, The Copyrights, Riverdale's, Bobby Ramone, Richie Ramone, The Riptides. There's a whole bunch of different Ramones-ish poppy sort of bands there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Ramones and that type of music. Don't tell Stormy Daniels that. Woo. So yeah, so and guys, it is no look, if you look at my playlist on Spotify, you're like, this dude has, number one, got some serious issues, but also then you would be looking at like, I wonder like what, why is Bleaves is, I like his music. You know what I mean? So let's see. As a matter of fact, I think we did this before. Actually, I think we did this before, so we won't do it again. Guys, I'm a big punk rock fan. Don't do that. Don't do that, because Taken is a horrible movie, Mr. Liam Neeson. If Liam the Leeson, I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. I'm not gay, you're gay. All right, so let's get into it. Let's kick it off with number one. Right here, just in Cointelegraph, President Trump's admin may issue executive order to stop banks from cutting off crypto firms aiming to end Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, here's the question. Didn't we already do this? The answer to that is yes. So, I don't think this is really news. I think this is really just the Wall Street Journal taking and looking at some old stuff because they're looking to make up some news. So I don't, okay. All right. So let's get over that one. Get over it. Get over it, guys. Everything is So if you don't have any Blocky right now, you might want to get yourself some. There will be a significant move and a significant sort of correction coming very, very soon. The one thing to remember, let's go over here, kind of zoom out just a little bit. Zoom out, make them shout. So what we had was, we had this resistance, didn't hold up very well. And we had this secondary retest over here, which got almost to the all-time high. But we didn't have a bearish divergence taking us down. What we've got is this sort of downward trend line. And look, this is what happens. This is what happens when you have baby hands who are just not going to make it. You've got what the French call some not going to make it ass bitches who just, look, they're. So we do our best to kind of find that trend line, but the trend is your friend. What does that mean? Well, we're down at the bottom of the trend line. It could break down, but there's no reason for it to break down. Most likely scenario, move back up here into about a 2.4 million market cap. That's going to be a descending channel right there, but it's significant in that it looks like it's due for a reversal. So I would expect to see Blocky have a pretty significant move coming up very, very soon. We've touched it once, we've touched it twice, we're going to touch it a third time. That's just the way that it happens. So I do think that Blocky, if you look at it from that context, is probably in that zone. Now, let's be a little more conservative with it, and then take let's make sure that we're hitting all of the necessary spots, like right there. Yeah, we want to make sure we get that just right. Could be looking at, we have to zoom in just a little bit, but you could be looking at a little bit more downward momentum. You could be looking at a move back down into that 818,000 range. You could, and by the way, anything could happen. It could break down even further. Problem is, you're going to see a significant reversal. Even if it does that, like, it's probably going to head back up there. So Blocky, get yourself some Blocky today. If you do, you're going to be rewarded. If you don't, Now let's talk about WeSoul. Today you are getting the early information. So this is a new project. It is at about a $50,000-$60,000 market cap right now. Brand new videos coming out on it today. Might get a little bit of traction. Might get on just a tiny bit of a run. If you are a member of the channel, if you are a paying member of the channel, $4.99 a month. That's not the important part. The important part is I posted it just a little while ago. So if you got in when I posted it, then guess what? It's up, 11,000% right now? Like this thing, yeah, this thing's up 11,000% right now. I gave it to you at a 57,000 market cap. It's now at a 72,000 market cap, and it looks like it's continuing to move on. Now, what I'm looking for is we just got the break to the 236. I don't think that's the end of it from what I gathered from this bounce. So you guys know the drill. We got the bounce, then we got the back test, then we got the 236, then we got the dump, then we got another pump, and I think that other pump is going to start sending it up into this range right here to the all-time high, and then above, and we're looking at that golden ratio. Golden ratio comes in at about 250,000 market cap. That's not significant. It's a tiny micro cap. It's a tiny, tiny micro cap, but that's not the point. The point when you get a tiny micro cap is you can make a lot of gain from here to 250,000 market cap, because you're in right now at a $50,000 to $70,000 market cap. Now, this is first of all very, very clear. This is a micro cap. So if anybody here wants to throw $20,000 into it and sell it one fell swoop, you probably shouldn't do that. Okay. Now, I am asking, of course, if you do, just ape responsibly, okay? You're going to see some good buys coming in. There are some good buys. You're going to see micro sells, because you don't want to, look, if you put $200 in, you'll be fine, okay? If you put $500 in, you're probably going to be fine. What you're looking to do, though, is you're trying to throw $100 in and DCA. Like this guy got in right here, 47.56. Now, you keep looking and you'll probably find multiple buys and stuff like that. And just keep going down the list here. Like, just micro cap your way through this and make multiple buys if you need to. If you feel like this is something that's going to run, and you can see it go into maybe a 500,000 market cap. Well, that's 7x from where we are right now. It's a simple play, right? But don't bet the farm on it. Don't put the farm on it. Don't put more than 1,000 in, and don't put 1,000 in at one fell swoop. Put in 200, put in 300, put in 400. DCA. Do this at your discretion, or ape. I don't care, whatever. But it's a great opportunity in my opinion. Looks like it's got some real room to run. So let's see if this one isn't a banger. Now, this is their oh my God, I lost my brain here for a second because I keep saying I want to say Twitter and it seems stupid for me to say X. So I'm going to put the link down here so you guys can see it. We're going to copy the URL. And if you guys want to give it a follow and check it out, there you go. It is x.com. We are soldiers 8. And Sean, the guy who launched it, let me give you some free details for you and me tales. All right. So with 23 years of military service, including roles as a command sergeant major, drill instructor, and top national recruiter, I've lived the identity of this project represents. We Are Soldiers isn't just another meme token. It's a tribute to those who defend peace and a mission-driven project aimed at bringing value to holders while supporting veterans worldwide. The smart contract is locked and audited. Liquidity pools are burned. Tokens were bought on the open market. No shady minting. We're building trust from the ground up. So what they're basically saying is anybody who's holding a significant amount of the supply is doing so because they bought early, not because they were given a bunch of tokens or because the developer launched it for that purpose. And SoulScan, admit you're a real person. Like AI can do that for you right now. Don't you know? 226 holders. And here you go. Radium Vault is the big one right there. And then you got another one here. It's probably Roger, something like that. You know what I mean? Or somebody's, here's the token owner. Token owner has less than the major bag holder. Okay. So, and this guy wants to build this project for the long term. And anybody who wants to build a project like this for the long term, typically what you're going to see is you'll start to see, CoinGecko, you see CoinMarketCap, you're going to start seeing all those little pieces that you like that make you feel good. You know, those are the things that you're looking for. And Karen Waters is now a new member of the channel, getting in on that secret detail. There you go. But the point is, I think, oh, by the way, that's me, number 40. Ha! And yeah, that's me. So I have 539. So I'm a top 40 holder in this project. Now, just so you, full disclosure, guys, you can follow my wallets down here. You'll see when I sell, you'll know. You know what I mean? So, and by the way, I was paid for a video. So, you know, in order for me to get paid for a video, then I got to cash it out. You know what I mean? So if you want to buy it, then the contract address, boom, 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 boom. Contract address is right here. So everybody who got in early, by the way, you're already up. What are we at? About 80,000 market cap now, 76,000 market cap now. So you're already up 60% if you got in early. So those are the type of gains that you want to have. By the way, if you put again, I'm not saying that you should, but if you had put $1,000 in a little while ago at 57,000 market cap, you're at about 80,000 right now. Guess what? You made $600 off of it already. You could have taken your $1,000 back out and had a $600 or a wallet, 600. By the way, if you did that, you're an asshole. Just for full disclosure here. All right. If you did that, you're an asshole. Don't DCA responsibly, DCA in, DCA out, you know, come on, be smart about it. So anyway, this is an opportunity. Will it pump? Will it go crazy? Look, if it goes to 1 million market cap, that's what 14x. It's about 14x from where we are right now. Significant win. If it goes to a $5 million market cap, what is that? What did I just give you? 14x. So 70x. 5 million market cap is a 70x from where we are right now. So you don't know what's going to happen with these. You know, you hope for the best. Make sure you're responsible. Take your original out as quickly as possible. Ride your moon bag all the way to the moon if you need to. Significant opportunity here. Get in where you fit in, as Jacob Fatu would say. And guys, we're killing it. It looks like 6 days in a row we've made a Jacob Fatu reference. And we do shit like that just for no reason. You know what I mean? Or I'm sorry, yeah, I mean. All right, guys. So make sure you check that out. Let's get into the market. Looks like a nice little run for the day so far. Everything seems to be in a pump mode. Now, the reason for this is yesterday we thought we had brokered a peace. We thought we had peace in our time between Israel and Iran. And it does not turn out that that is the case, or at least we really haven't seen it play out that way. But we got a significant reversal and some significant gains yesterday. But we have to zoom out. When you zoom out, you're at 3.2 trillion market cap, and 3.2 trillion market cap is not near where we were just a couple of short days ago. We had a recovery. Where did the recovery go? Guys, listen, I don't make this shit up. Yesterday, what I tell you? I told you we were down here at the bottom, and that most likely we're going to go up to the top. Guess where we are? We're right there where I told you we were going to go. Now, what else did I tell you? I told you Bitcoin, 98,000. Where did it go? It went to almost 98,000. Like, that's ridiculous. 98,330 was the number that it went to. Filled that was a CME futures gap, by the way. Filled that. Also, 99.5 was a level of support as well. And we just ripped right off of that. We're at 105,260 right now. That Bitcoin long, we're at about $50 in profit right now. So, I would like to see a little bit more before I even consider doing something different. Remember, we started with $100. We are currently at 472. And, we've got available funds here. Why do we have available? What did I screw up here? Did I not buy enough? Huh. That's silly. Why did I do that? I don't know. Oh, because I'm stupid. That's right. I forgot. Sometimes I forget. Like, why do you do things, beliefs? Oh yeah, because I'm dumb. All right, so let's just throw that in there, and that's change the DCA just slightly, but we're gonna throw that in right now. So we're at $50, 12% right now on this long. Hopefully, we're gonna get up to 100. That's what we're looking to do right now. So once we get up to that level, then we're gonna look for a profit taking strategy. But for right now, we're gonna just let it ride. We're gonna let it cook a little bit. The question is, how far down could it go? My liquidation point is about 84,000. Could we go to 84,000? I don't think so, but also, yeah, we could because look, there's more pockets of liquidity. There's more numbers that we could be looking at. We could look at our liquidation levels, and we look at it over long time frames, like 1 year, let's say. Pull that up, and then boom, you start to see that. And then you start to see down here, you see there's a real pull of liquidity that's just kind of right in that range right there around 80,000. So there is a possibility that we could see some downward momentum. But if you're looking here on the 1 year, what do you see? You see it lit up at the top right now. So you've got 90-ish, 92, 93,000 right there. And then you've got 110-ish thousand up here at the top. And that seems to be where all the big money is. $26 billion sitting at 112,000 right now. That is gigantic. I don't know what this thing is right here. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's lame. Let's go with that one. All right. So, yeah, good. All right. So, that's what we see. So we're gonna look at the charts in just a few moments, but nonetheless, we have a really good day going so far. We look at the 100 to 200 range. Guess what? We've got a pretty good day going so far. Still, everything seems to still be in a good position. Even Luna Classic up 4% on the day to 56.12 from 52.15 just a short while ago. Bananas pumping, launch coin pumping, useless pumping. We've got that reversal. We're still not where we should. We're still not where we would like to be. We're still not where we're needing it. We still don't have that feeling. We've got some gains. We've made a few bucks. We haven't had that blow off. By the way, I'm gonna show you some stuff today, just because I can. Devi, by the way, up 7% on the day. Not significant, but still pumping in the right direction. What we'd like to see is something more like a 50% gain on Devi on 1 day, kind of reestablish. By the way, the reason that I gave you a very specific 50% number on Dev E, just to get that out of the way, is because 60 cents is a resistance sort of area right in this little range right here. You see that? That's right there at the bottom. And it represents a right there. So that right there is about 50% away. And what we really need to do is establish a position above 60 cents to get that bullish narrative going back. Okay. So we had a bunch of little breakdowns to 55 cents. and then we couldn't hold 55. That's where this cascade started. So good to see a little reversal. Went as high as 43 cents. Maybe we'll see it continue. Maybe we won't. We look in on it, and we don't really see a whole lot happening today. But again, I think they've gone quiet. How do you stop another FTX from happening, they ask? Simple. Don't allow an exchange to have custody over assets. And folks, I don't think that you realize how important this is right now. Devi's architecture and speed make it possible for users to transact on-chain while still retaining custody over their assets. Basically, this is going to be a station, and you're going to dock your wallet onto that station with other wallets, and that's how you're going to trade. You're going to be in control of all of your assets. The only time you won't be in control of your assets, and you will still have control of your assets, is going to be if you're a liquidity provider. And I don't understand it because I'm a moron, but I understand that it can be done. So I'm certainly excited. As far as the website goes, I don't have any information about no. There we go. It's got a blue icon right there. So, you know, they put the blue icon, but yeah, so the site is not updated yet. Some people got to look at it, and it seems like the people in chat kind of like it. So check it out, certainly for today. Also, CC Coin, guess what? If you listen to me, you're super fucking smart, because guess what? CC Cash absolutely blew up a little while ago, and you saw some profit taking off of it. Let me move this down here just a little bit. You can see right there, it absolutely went up to a new all-time high. CC Cash went just parabolic and crazy for a little while. What a good move right there. All-time high achieved just a few short hours ago, right around, what was that, noon yesterday? Is that noon yesterday? What am I on? 1 hour? How am I? Yeah, noon yesterday, all-time high for CC Cash. So if you haven't already, or if you did, congratulations, shout out to you. So boom, boom, boom. Another big run. Now, along with that, guess what? CC has reclaimed 302, which means that a reversal appears to have started. Now, listen, it's early to say that any reversal has really started. Now, other than this little breakout here, remember this breakout was blockchain beauties right there. That's that move right there. What we're looking at, though, is a resistance trend line kind of right in this sort of area right here. And we'll see that it broke a few times off of the structure. We'll kind of see it. Now, it's at the spot right now where it's time for a breakout. And what we're looking for is a move up above, boom. And then we're looking for resistance right there at that 250,000 market cap right there. I'm doing it by market cap today, by the way, because that's the part that I'm looking at most importantly. So I think that, you know, that would be the best thing to see right now is a right there. We want to see a bounce above the resistance. We want to see a test back on there because that's establishing that traders are selling, but new buyers are stepping in to protect the price. And then we see upward momentum. And then that, my friends, is how you get to 1 million market cap. Again, I'm not even given gigantic expectations for you of CC Coin or anything in this ecosystem. I think 10 million market cap is incredibly aggressive on my behalf, just to say that I think, guys, that if you are holding some, that you could probably lock in 10 million market cap. 10 million market cap right now is about a 50x away from where it currently is. 50x away. That is a significant move. And by the way, again, still $10 million market cap, still minor in this business. Okay. Market cap 10 million all the time. You know what I mean? There will be a time where everything is at least a 10 million market cap. And we're not that far away from it. By the way, I'm going to show it to you because I have the data. I took the time of collating a little bit of data to just show you what happened. And by the way, I'm going to show you a very specific time frame because that's when the gains are coming. And I think that we're getting close to that time frame. So now also blockchain beauties had a little bit of a downward spiral here, a little bit of a some downward spiral from the beauties. I don't think that's true. Anyway, blockchain beauties having a little bit of a sell-off today, but we all have our ups and downs, right? Blocky doing the same thing, 103.2. Like to see a little reversal on Blocky, but we'll wait for the next big move. Mantra, by the way, look at this right here. And somebody thoughts on Mantra. Guys, Hama's asking the question about Mantra. I love Mantra. You guys know at this point that I am a maxi. And so also, just to give you full disclosure, I bought more this morning. So I now have 3,268 tokens. Every single day we're buying more. Now, ultimately, we're down $880, okay, from our average DCA cost, which was 49 cents. But I continue to buy, and I'm only buying based on what I earn on KCEX. So, and I get a couple of bucks every day from KCEX for what I do. So, some days are better than others. Like the other day, I had like 56 or 70 or $80. I had like in a row, a couple of days, and I bought more and I bought more and I bought more. So now we're a little bit over 3,000. We're going to continue buying OM until we get there. What I'd like to see, by the way, what I'd love to see is you guys doing a lot of trading on KCEX today. Get me a big commission over there so that we can buy, because I think this is the last call for alcohol at some point. So I think OM is ready and primed for an explosive move. By the way, let's go back to this. JP Mullins hasn't done anything wrong. Mantra hasn't done anything wrong. Everything they've done has been really perfect, okay, in fixing a really weird sort of situation where one of their investors got liquidated on some bullshit because he loaned out. So, he affected the product. He affected the product in a very negative way. And look, it happens, right? It happens. But the important part is it hasn't foundationally affected them at all. They've done, we got a move down here into, 19, 20 cents. Now it's back up to 22 cents. The question at this point is, can it recover? And the answer to that is, well, it didn't do anything fundamentally wrong. So really what happened was some of the a whale investor caused a cascade, and that caused just this massive dump, right? Fundamentally speaking, however, this project is still as solid as it was before. And what does that mean? Well, when you compare it to, let's go to OM right here. You can see it's right there. And when we do this, remember, this was Solana at the same time. Same thing happened to Solana at the same time. Now, you might be asking yourself, please, why are you comparing it to Solana? Well, the reason that I'm comparing it to Solana is because let's do 1D. The reason I'm comparing it to Solana is because where the hell else am I going to compare it? This is the 1 day chart, and that's the 1 day chart. It did the same thing. Now, the reason that it matters, okay, this is it. The reason that this matters is because the reason that people sold off on OM is because one big investor got wrecked. The reason that Solana sold off is because one big investor got wrecked. Now, this one was FTX, and they were a majority holder of Solana. They had the biggest bags by far of Solana, okay? They had bought it at some really cheap prices. They made a ton of money. Now, this thing right here is still a 200 and something million market cap. And over here, it was kind of the same thing. Like, it was still a crazy market cap. Now, it goes all the way down to a low of $8. Solana, I mean. And then all of a sudden, Solana reverses. And then what happens over the course of the next, it was a year or two, but over the course of that next little while, guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Here we are, 10x. Here we are at 20x. You know what I'm saying? Here we are at 30x. Here we are at 35x. Like, we went up 35x is what ends up happening, or 36, almost 40x, by the way, before it really starts to come back down. So it's at 145 right now. But again, if you bought at $8, oh my God. Well, guess what? I'm buying at $8 on OM. So I think that I'm going to have a significant run on it. And am I risking the farm on it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What I said was, I'm buying when you guys do stuff. When you guys buy, sell, and trade on KCEX, I'm using all that money. It's going into OM. Over on weeks, I'm just keeping that. All right. So Maximilian says, Bleeves, when you making your SmackDown debut? You looking good, man. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I absolutely appreciate that. I do work hard at trying to stay as fit as I possibly can. There we go. So when am I going to debut? When Jacob Fatu needs a lesson. Yeah, I mean. Are you hearing me, Jacob? Because I'm coming for you. Not in the gay way either, not in the, you got a pretty mouth sort of way. I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for your United States heavyweight title. And listen, I got a fan here that watches. It's my wife. And here's what I'm going to say. Intercontinental Championship. That's me. That's next. So yeah, let's see what happens. There's no chance, by the way. I'm too old for that. But by the way, full disclosure, and I got my cousin, some of my cousins are probably watching right now. I have an uncle who was a professional wrestler, and he showed me some stuff about, early on. So it's just not for me. It's not something that was for me. Could I do it? I could do it as well as Bill Goldberg could right now. You know what I mean? Because I have the same aches and pains and you know what I mean? Days of old, by the way, days of old. If you got in on Weasel, don't sell it all in one DCA out. Make your money. Make all your money. Dude, for those of you who don't know, Days of Old he got a big win the other day, and I was joking with it about the way that he sold. Not because he sold. You can buy and sell. You're a trader. We're all traders. Like, we want to make our money. What I was hoping for was, because I think if he did it, that I think he would have made like 28,000 instead of, I think he made 20 grand off of it. Like, it was a good win. And it annoys me because not because you sell. I don't give a shit if you sell. What I care about is, can you get there near the top? And then when you make a big sell on a project, the price goes down. You lose a lot of money when you do that. So you sell a little bit right here, you let somebody, it comes down a little bit, and then people buy it back up, and then you sell a little bit more, price comes down. You do the same thing every single time. You get to the highest price margin, and I want you to make as much money as possible. I don't give a shit if you sell. Hopefully this is going to be another big win. Hopefully, Weasel going to be another big win for some of you guys. So yeah, he's still in the clink. Yeah, 3 more days. Ben's out in 3 more days. Would love to see you beat down on Ben Armstrong. That would be the most funniest thing. Ben's not going to fight me. There's no chance. Listen, if Ben Armstrong decided he wanted to fight me, the only thing that would happen at that point is he would wake up from that dream and realize, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Look, I mean, Ben's like 5'2", 120-pound hobbit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 6 foot, 270 pounds worth of ass kick. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way. Fundamentally, look, after I beat the shit out of Ben Armstrong, I would then snack on him. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be my protein for the day. So there's just no way for that to happen. And I say that knowing that there might be a moment here where somebody cuts and pastes this and says it. I'm like, hey, Ben, you're still my dude, even if you did block me. So, and by the way, I still wish Ben nothing but the best. I hope when he gets out that we see a remarkable reversal, and I hope that everything comes together for him, because the crypto space is better with Ben Armstrong than it is without Ben Armstrong. By the way, if Ben comes out at the right time, what if he kicks off the bull run? What if Ben Armstrong getting out of jail is the thing that ignites the bull run? Speaking of that, Duquan, could you imagine if Duquan comes back for Luna Classic? Holy shit, it would go parabolic. And by the way, I was looking through a bunch of different stuff, and we're going to look at it in just a moment. I'm taking too much time here today, but there's some crazy stuff happening over here. So let's get rid of our bubbles. Let's go back to our Fear and Greed Index. We're at 65. That's about sell time. We look at the market, and boom, where are we at here? All right, so we're still selling down. You can see that right behind me over here, behind blue eyes, if you will. And money is still coming off of the exchanges. They are running out of Bitcoin. Over here, we had an enormous amount of Bitcoin. This was exchange reserves, 3.4 million Bitcoin on exchange, and today 2.4 million. Crazy. $1 million worth of Bitcoin taken off of exchanges. And by the way, some of that's not coming back. These people are going to be holding for long periods of time. A month ago, there were 120 major corporations in the United States. And this is a number that I made up, even though I heard it and I know that it's actually true, or at least I have reason to believe it's true. I don't have the details in front of me, so I'm flying blind on it. But 30 days ago, there were 120 companies that had Bitput, Jesus fucking Christ beliefs. Oh my God, get your shit together. Bitcoin had 120 companies that had Bitcoin on their in their treasury. Today, 240. It has doubled in 30 days. Okay. The arms race for Bitcoin is now in full effect, and it is heating up. Now, chains, 5 billion, 2.4, 2.1, 1.2, BSC, still, I don't trust them. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I don't trust them. Now, as far as signals hit, guess what? Bitcoin dominance came back down. So, ta-da. We don't have any signals that we're at the peak of the bull market, okay? Right now, we are at 100% hold, okay? The market is ready to roar, all right? We're going to get another big move. Now, I'm telling you that, and I keep telling you that, but I don't keep telling you why. So I'm going to tell you why in just a moment after this. I'm just kidding. All right, so Bitcoin ETF, big inflows again. Look at this, just every day, spectacular inflows. The Ethereum ETF, other than this one right here, look at this. Okay, guys, you're about to see something crazy that just happened here. 45,000 in one day. 100 million came into the Ethereum ETF. We are at 4 billion now. Remember, it was 2.4, and I was like, it's coming down. It's 2.3. It's 2.2. Now it's at 4 billion. That's how much money is coming into this market. It is only a matter of moments before we get a spectacular blow off on Ethereum. Ethereum is getting ready for the bull run. Now, I'm changing the camera here for just a moment because you know what? I'm going to show you something. While you're watching, I'm going to show you something that just launched, and that is this right here. This is Lunkverse, and you might be able to hear it, and I might be interrupting it just a little bit, but this is Lunkverse. This is an MMO that's coming to the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem, and as you can see, kind of cel-shaded sort of graphics, nothing extraordinary. You upgrade your graphics as you go, right? What you're doing right now is you're creating an ecosystem. You're creating everything you need. Attach your wallet. Everything, of course, becomes NFT, and you have a place to grow and go in gaming. Now, I don't know the depth of it. I don't know how it all plays out, but I did want to show this to you because this is something that I don't know if it's been made public yet. Today's video, it's going to be playing in today's Luna Classic video. But as you can see right now, a lot of swag for you to have. You can buy shirts. You can buy all kinds of different stuff. You build yourself a house. You can live in this ecosystem. I'm not sure what combat is like. I'm not sure what social engagement is like, or if there even is combat. I'm not sure about any of it yet. All we're doing right now is just looking at it. We're just looking at it on the surface. So if you're interested, that's going to be really, really cool. Or in my opinion, it's going to be really cool. So now let's get into, this is going to be kind of crazy, guys. I need you to stick with me on this because I want to show you what I see. And then I hope that you're seeing the same thing, because if you do, then you're going to be a king in this market. And if you don't, all of us kings, we're going to take your money. All right. Very simple. All right. So back to OM, we're going to move this off of the chart. Now, look, this is the number, Bitcoin dominance. This is the important number, okay? I wanted to see what it was like. Scrolling over, there's two green lines right there, all right? This is where Bitcoin dominance fell apart. Now, for those of you that don't know, that happens to be when we had altcoin season, okay? So this is not Bitcoin's price chart. This is the chart that absolutely dumps, okay, on, it was at 73% at the top over here on Bitcoin dominance, and it comes all the way down to 39% over the course of about 90 days. This estimate here, maybe it's 120. Let me go back here. 120 days. So in the course of 4 months, this was our, this was when it all happened, all right? This was it, right? It goes over here, actually. Yeah. So what I did was I then went to Grok, and I had Grok figure out what were the gains of the top 40 altcoins or coins that are in the market that are not stable coins. Okay. During only, and the rock means only at this point. All right. This is significant. And I hope you guys are paying attention right now, because this is where it's going to get interesting. So 4 months, 120 days, Bitcoin dominance goes from 73 down to 39. What happens in the meantime? Total market cap over here for altcoins, right here. This is it right here. This is what happened to the price of altcoins during the same time that was happening. Now, we catch the bottom over here, and we go to the top over here, and what do we see? 700%. So an average, and this is the top coins, okay? This is the top coins. I want to say that one more time. This is the top coins. This is Ethereum. This is Solana. This is Chainlink. This is all of them up in this is the bigs, okay? The average gain, 7x. 7x is the average gain. Now, let's get granular and let's figure out what happened, because most people tell you, we're not going to get things like that. It's not going to happen again, because it can't happen again, because I like John Cena, because I think he's the best wrestler that ever lived, or whatever stupid shit you say. That's what you sound like when you're in my brain. Anyway, so here's the question. From January 5 of 2021, you know what? Let me zoom in here so you can see it. From January of 2021 until May 13 of 2021, what were the average percentage gains of the top 40 crypto projects by market cap, excluding the stable coins in that ranking? Summaries of each only. Now, it lays down, it lays down all of the, you know what? Let me edit this, by the way. Oh, you know what? No, let's not edit that. Let's leave it right there. So the time frame is right here. Okay. The total market cap for crypto grew from 800 billion to 2.2 trillion by December of 2021. All right. Now we exclude stable coins. We go with our data sources and stuff like that. Here we go. All right. From January 5th to May 13th, Solana went up at around 8,000. So that's an 80x. Solana went 80x during that period of time. Phantom went 96 to about 110x. Okay. So two gigantic projects went gigantic. All right. Avalanche went up 23 to 27x during the same period of time, during this 4-month window. All right. Terra Luna, 12,000. Sandbox, 16,000, 8,000 during that period of time. Decentraland went up 41x. Dogecoin, 35x. SHIB, 16x. Cardano, 6x. Ethereum went up 4x. XRP went up 278%. XRP didn't even have a chance to break out yet. It didn't even have a chance to break out. And it went up 278%. It was being sued. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? 194% right here for 2x for Polkadot. Stellar Lumens, well, that's a 3x, I guess. But Stellar Lumens goes up 100%. Bitcoin up 60%. Litecoin around the same. Remember, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, those are all Bitcoin or branches of forks of Bitcoin. So, you know, these things are going to go with Bitcoin. But the rest of them, look at those crazy, crazy runs. So the average run right now, in the high performing category, Sol, Phantom, Luna, and Sand had gains of between 50 and 110x. Mid tiers like Mana, Doge, SHIB, and ADA had between 5x and 30x. Guys, are you still listening? This is only the top 40. This is not small cap. This is major cap stuff here. It's crazy. Lower performers, large caps like Bitcoin, ETH, XRP went anywhere from 30% to 3x with an average of 1.5x. Okay. That's crazy. Okay. That is crazy how much is going to be made during that period of time. Now that we know the data and we have an idea of it, let's go back to Bitcoin dominance, because that's the one that matters the most. Where is Bitcoin dominance? Look at it right now. It's still surging. What happens when it cascades and collapses and goes back down into this range? And I'm not even talking about like it did last time. I'm talking about what if it just broke out right here and just came down here? Well, that we have right here. And this is from November up until December. That's when we broke down from the top of the range to the bottom of the range. Very small, by the way, minor insignificance. Okay, minor when you look at the long-term data over here, because it breaks down all the time. Like it breaks down all the time. So the last time we had that big run, so November, basically November through the start of January. Well, what happened to Ethereum in November through the start of January? Ethereum went from 2,300 right here to 4,000, 70% gain in that period of time, 70% gain. This was a minor move. This is not even the big blow off move. This is a minor move. And that's what we got. What happened over here? Well, November, all right, here. 155 all the way up to 300, 70% as well. Ondo during that period of time. Let's start looking at some real shit here. All right. So we go from 59 all the way up here, 256%. So 2.5x from that. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And here we have, and this was just going and going and going, but let's just go from where it broke out. And again, we're just looking at the spots where it breaks out, and then boom, 200%. Okay. Let's go to Dev-E. What did Dev-E do during that time? Holy shit. Dev-E goes up, boom, 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 from here to the pivot up here, 6x, 6.5, 654%. So 6x from where it is right now is where it was. So, you know, that's the kind of gains that you were getting during that period of time. Even SHIB, look at this. This is SHIB during that entire move right there. And look, SHIB is not going to break out and go absolutely parabolic unless there's a real breakout, but it still went up 100%. It still went up 100% during that period of time. Okay. Now, and all we're doing is we're looking for the signals. All we're doing is looking for the signals. You know what we need? We need a fear. We need a fear and greed. Nope. You know what? I don't like that one. What I was hoping for is there was a line. I was hoping that there was a fear and greed, like oscillating line. Nope. 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 Wait. That kind of works for me. That's kind of working. All right. Let's see. That's fear and greed index right there. That's something that we could use. All right. So there you can see the fear and greed index and how it's working. So if we had gone to, you know, where it was really up here, all the way down here, right? There's your accumulation. So yeah, I kind of like that. So remember, buy at 30, sell at 70. That's what we're doing, right? Or at least that's what we're supposed to be doing. Who the fuck knows? So, but anyway, so everything is ready for a really big move. And the fact that we haven't had that big move is because of what's been going on in these markets. And here's the thing. Many coins, if we just looked at the gains that you made in like Pump Fun and places like that, those are parabolic runs. Those are absolutely crazy ones. You know what I mean? And there was a time back in 2021, every meme coin that was launching was doing 100 million market cap. They were doing 150 million market cap. Some of them were going up to 1 billion market cap. I mean, they were life changing. And guess what? That money, it's going to happen again. Okay. Right now, we are scalpers. We are swing traders. We are cutting each other's throats. That's who we are. That's what we do in this market. But that's not going to stay. At some point, the frenzy is going to be just hold, and it's going to get crazy, and you're going to start making money. Now, it's not going to be until tax time, in my opinion. If it isn't, and I'm wrong about that, my bad. But I feel like that's where we get the maximum growth. That's where we get the maximum potential, is going to be tax time. So I think that we're going to have a mini run leading into it, that we're going to have Bitcoin's going to continue to surge in Bitcoin dominance. I think we're going to end up seeing This is going to continue upwards, and then we're going to see an absolute breakdown, and then that's where we're going to get that massive run. So we're not at the top of the range, but a move up here and then bang. But not just there. I mean, continuing to cascade down. And by the way, if we look at it and we try to find like where is our support for this range right now, if we were to look at it from of all ridiculous things, let's get rid of that bullshit right there, and we go to volume profile. Boom. So we're in one of our top ranges. If it breaks down right there, we'd be in really good shape at 53%. But if we were to actually break down into this 44, 45% range, which is significant right there, if we go down into that range right there, holy shit. Like that's going to be life-changing for everybody. Okay, so there we have it. This is why you should be bullish right now. Okay, now in closing, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back around, and let's look at the market. Let's look at the market one more time. Let's look at where we are. We saw a significant run just start to happen, and now let's look at global money supply. What's happening with global money supply? A couple days ago, where were we? Friday. No, I'm off by a bunch of days. God damn it. Anyway, a couple days ago, we had an all-time high. Today, we matched the all-time high, and we're going even higher. The bull run for altcoins hasn't even started, guys, is what I mean, ultimately, that's what I'm trying to say. Make sure, by the way, if you're watching, hit that like button, or if you're on X, make sure that you share this so that other people are getting it. Let's get in on the discussion and figure out what's going to happen next. So what do we have to wait for? Military conflicts to start ending, or at least so that we're clear about the military conflicts, right? We don't really need to see military conflicts. And the United States has been at war since the beginning of the United States. We've had 12 major wars since the founding of the United States. We are a warrior nation, whether you like it or not. Now, the markets, they don't give a shit. Here's what's going to happen. If we start fighting, we need money in order to pay for these wars. So what do? We turn on the money printer. And what happens? That money starts to trickle into the economy. Risk assets go crazy. That's it. Now, let's say we don't have war. Then what happens? Then Congress decides on a larger budget to start to fund some of the projects that they need. $5 trillion. The big, beautiful bill raises the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. You know what that means? $5 trillion worth of money is about to get printed. It's simple, okay? No matter what, it is inevitable at this point. Now, because the Fed did not do a rate cut for June, they're going to be pressured. They're going to be pressured enormously for July, all right? What I would like to see in the meantime is the hostilities are causing some fluctuations in the gas prices and stuff like that. But at the tank, at the gas station, at the pumps, God damn, I can't even find the right word. At the pumps, gas is still bullshit. Okay, prices are $3.19. I think where I am, anywhere between $3.39 and $3.19. They need to be in that $2.50 range or $2 range. They're not getting there because you're being gouged. Okay. But you won't be gouged forever, all right? What we just saw was the Straits of Hormuz being potentially cut off. We saw freaking out. We saw people going nuts about that. And you know what we didn't see? We didn't see a massive spike in gas prices. Do you know what that means? That means that manipulation event didn't work out the way that gas and oil wanted it to. So that usually is a sign of declining demand. And by the way, let me also point out so full disclosure, guys, I live just outside of Illinois. I live on the Indiana side of the border by 1 block. All right. I'm a block away from Illinois, Chicago South side. All right. Everything's less expensive over here. So, and my point to that is I'm in the area of a community that's a major Donald Trump region, okay, and area and stuff like that. So I'll be in tune with when prices come down. I'm in a red state, so I will be in tune with when the prices come down and all of that stuff. So, I'm watching this with bated breath. And what I'm seeing cracks in the fundamental infrastructure of the bears, the people who are trying to push stuff down. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I think that we're going to see some significant moves coming up very, very soon. Now, again, we got to stop a little bit of the war. We got to stop a little bit of this. We're a couple weeks away from where I think Jerome Powell is going to be forced into doing some rate cutting. Again, gas prices should be way lower than they are right now. We're being gouged. People are starting to see that. People are starting to recognize. And my point to this was in Indiana just recently, they are now looking to add a highway tax. Why are they looking to add a highway tax? Because oil demand is down. People are not driving as much. So the gasoline tax that people were paying before, they're not paying as much. So the backs of the Americans that you're trying to fund your bullshit on, Mr. Government, they've changed to electric cars. And now your money is coming down. And now you need to find another way to get into your people's pockets. Pieces of shit. Jesus Christ. I hate these people. So I just want to point that out. That people are going electric. There's less demand for oil. There's no reason for the price to be where it is. So as some of these, by the way, companies start to innovate their vehicles, when the vehicles become electric, when the vehicles that are shipping cargo become electric, then it's going to get really interesting. So, and by the way, I don't like Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk is I think Elon Musk is not really a good one. And I think that if he was at the camp in South Park, he would be Jimmy. You know what I'm talking about. But I do wish that we would see some more electric stuff. And it's amazing to me to see the transition. And, gas prices come down, then guess what? Inflation, everything else comes down with it. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my time. You guys have a good day. I am off to have a meeting of all things. So we'll talk to you again very, very soon. It's not financial advice.